There will come a time when the path ahead feels fogged, when everything that once felt clear now dissolves into static. That moment is not the end. It is an invitation. Life has a brutal way of testing whether your vision is built on hype or conviction. When nothing moves, when momentum dies, when the old systems collapse, that is when you are given the opportunity to recalibrate. Most see these pauses as punishment. They call it failure, defeat, or stagnation. But it is refinement. It is the universe forcing you to look inward, strip away what no longer serves, and rebuild from clarity. Growth does not happen in motion. It happens in stillness. You are not meant to sprint endlessly. Even the sharpest blade dulls if it never stops to be sharpened. Burnout is not a badge of honor. It is a warning that something within you has drifted out of alignment. When everything feels chaotic, your instinct will be to push harder. But sometimes, the warrior must drop the sword to understand why he is fighting in the first place. You must be willing to pause, not because you are weak, but because recalibration requires silence. The man who refuses to pause never evolves. The man who learns to realign multiplies his power every time he begins again. The mind that never reflects becomes its own cage. You start reacting to life instead of designing it. Reflection breaks that pattern. It allows you to study your decisions, dissect your distractions, and see where your effort is leaking. Most people avoid this because introspection is uncomfortable. It forces you to face the truth you have been avoiding. But without reflection, progress becomes repetition. You keep reliving the same mistakes under different disguises. The reset begins the moment you decide to stop lying to yourself. It begins when you face the discomfort and extract direction from it. To begin again does not erase the past, it refines it. Every fall was a lesson disguised as loss. Every betrayal, every failure, every dead end was training. Restarting is not returning to zero. It is continuing from wisdom. You now carry the experience that once broke you. That experience is leverage. Those who fear starting over believe they have wasted time. Those who embrace it know they have been gathering data. Restarting is not regression. It is evolution under a new form. You cannot control the rhythm of the universe, but you can control your response to it. Sometimes life pulls you back, not to punish you, but to prepare you for precision. Think of it like an archer drawing his bow. The further the string is pulled backward, the farther the arrow travels forward. Your setbacks are not proof of failure. They are proof of potential energy building in silence. When you understand that, you stop panicking in delay, you stop doubting in pause. You realize that every step back is setting up your next leap. There will be people who remind you of your failures, who treat your pauses as permanent endings. They cannot comprehend what happens in silence because they have never built in it. They rush through their discomfort, patching over cracks with distraction. You, however, know that transformation demands isolation. The man who has learned to pause and recalibrate terrifies the world because he moves with intention. When he returns, he is not loud, he is precise. And precision beats noise every single time. Discipline is what bridges reflection and resurgence. You cannot wait for motivation to return. You must rebuild through small, consistent action. One decision, one habit, one day at a time. Each small step reclaims your identity from the fog. Discipline becomes the structure that carries you out of the dark. While others wait to feel ready, you simply begin. You begin messy, uncertain, exhausted, but you begin. That act of persistence realigns your internal compass. It tells your mind that you are no longer lost. You are rebuilding. When you restart, your standards must evolve. You cannot build a new life using the same tools that created the old one. This is where many fail. They reset externally but carry the same internal habits that caused their collapse. A true restart requires new values, new routines, and new boundaries. You must be willing to leave behind versions of yourself that no longer serve your next level. Every rebirth demands a burial. Let the old self die with gratitude, not regret. Refocusing is the final phase. Once you have reflected, restarted, and removed what no longer belongs, you direct your attention with intensity. Focus is not about doing more. It is about eliminating noise. It is about returning to what truly matters. The man who is refocused is unstoppable because his energy is no longer scattered. Every thought, every move, every effort serves his mission. He no longer wastes his fire on distraction. His vision becomes sharper than his excuses, and that clarity turns ordinary effort into extraordinary progress.